Can you hear me, trackside? Oh man, I think this all of this has been going crazy for me. Trackside, please let me know if you can hear me now. I've done 2 introductions. um Okay, sweet, thank you. You can hear me loud and clear, that's awesome. So again, introduction number 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Johnny Damon here commentating for CCRL Pro Tier. In case some of you have not noticed, it is Monday night. This is not the Elite Tier from Wednesday night. I have worked alongside the owners and management and admin. Had a great time working with these guys to get me into the YouTube. To commentate from the live channel, but I'm glad to have you all here with me. We got some cars here on the track. I just want to take a moment and send my best wishes to Trackside. I know you're recovering, man. I wish you a speedy recovery. Gonna miss having you out here on the track to, scream and shout about a man making moves and working his way through the field. But yeah, hopefully speedy recovery. CCRL's got their best wishes for you, man, and hope you're doing well. In the meantime, we're following along Mr. Miller as he's working his way through Sector 2, making his way up into the hairpin before going down into the Casino Straight. Let's jump on board with him as he's making his way down the final few corners. Got somebody right in front of him here, but just following along here all the way down Casino Straight into Wall of Champions now. Coming through turns 13 and 14. He's working his way down towards the line. He's getting a little bit of a toe from the Haas in front of him, and that puts him at a 112.625. So it looks like he also invalidated as well, so that affected him there. The official comes off the top with a 113.9, following along LB the GOAT. He's kind of watching where he's coming from. He's working his way all the way up to the hairpin now. Hard on the brake. Osmanian Devil take pole with a 112.239. Osmanian Devil showing some pace here. Comes across the DRS. Down Casino Straight, making his way all the way into Wall of Champions here of turn 13 and 14. He's going to stay. Oh, and he invalidates on the entrance of turn 14, which is the exit of Wall of Champions, so that's unfortunate for him, but he's going to have to run another lap. Following along with the natural as he's coming into the hairpin. Getting ready to open up that DRS flap to make a run down the Casino Straight. Opens up a flap up through the gears all the way into 8th gear. Gonna max out the RPMs down this main straight, or this back straight here. I don't know, you call it back straight, main straight. Comes through Wall of Champions, opens up the flaps, and now he's gonna make a run down to the line. Where's he gonna put himself here? He's gonna be a 112.6, so he's sitting in P2. So qualifying is going to be a little bit of a pain for a lot of drivers tonight. Also, you will be looking at track limit penalties. Following along, Rujoff, a elite tier driver here, making his way through. Reserving. You got Reimers also reserving here from the elite tier. You got DK Angel reserving here from the elite tier. Gundolf jumps up with to P3 with a 112.7. So Rujoff now coming through the final hairpin, gonna make a run down the straight here. Get a nice look at this Haas as he's making a way all the way down Casino Straight into Wall of Champions of turn 13 and 14. Now he's going to come down towards the line. Does he keep it within the limits? He does. comes across the line with a 112.784. He's 400ths of a second off of Gundolf. So that's going to put him down in P4. Jumps on board with the Boonster. He's making his way down the Casino Straight. Opens up that DRS flap. You can see him draining all that ERS. Is heavy on the brakes all the way down to 5th gear. Comes through Wall of Champions. Opens up the flap and he invalidates on the exit of Wall of Champions there. On board with SP 43.2 through 2 sectors. He's going to get ready to make his final run down this long straight of Casino. Opens up the DRS flap and here he comes. He's making that run. We're going to go on board here with him. Going to get heavy on the brakes at about the 100 marker board. He makes it through nice and clean. Crosses the line, sets the pole position with a 112.1. So that's a nice lap time by him. Sorry if I do stop in the middle of something or coughing. I'm also just recovering from a big head cold. So, yeah. The Boonster's invalidated. Farmer Ginge has invalidated. So, Boonster, I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be doing another lap or if he's planning on going in here. This is a full quali, so just want to give you all a heads up. 50% race as well. The Boonster looks like he's about to start a lap now. Comes across the line. Heavy on the brakes all the way down to 4th gear into turn 1, coming through turn 2 now. Off the exit of 2, up through the gears, all the way to, going to be up to 6th gear. Downshift all the way into 5th, and making a run off the exit. Now he's pushing towards this little section here. I want to say it is 8 and 9. Yeah, 8 and 9, making a run down the DRS straight here. He's got 11 and 12 right in front of him. He's got the AlphaTauri, so maybe he might be able to... Oh, and he invalidates in 12. So that is going to stop him from putting a lap time down. We've seen some invalidations here. On to our Manson Sim. He's making his way down this DRS straight into turns 13 and 14, where Wall of Champions live. Nice exit. Making a run across the line. Where is he going to put himself? He puts himself up to P6. So what a great lap by our Manson Sim. Let's jump on board here. Mr. Miller takes pole with a 111.5. Tarzan's kind of parked off the exit of pit road. I wonder if they were trying to let some of these guys through. DK Angel making a run towards the line. He's going to cross with a 112.1. That's going to put him in P3. So he's sitting 112.1 with SP, so that's a big difference there. On board with LB the GOAT, heading down into Wall of Champions of 13 and 14. Going to open up the DRS flap to make a run towards the start-finish line. He's going to come across the line, puts himself P5. So Ferrari is short tonight without their other main driver. But Trackside is watching from home. And then you got the man who has taken over. Farmer Ginge has taken over for Trackside tonight. He put himself in P2, riding along with Bonget, as it looks like he's going into pit lane, so he must not be happy with his lap. Shashir making his way down Casino Straight, opens up the DRS flap. Gonna come all the way down into turns 13 and 14. Is he gonna be able to cross this line, give himself a good time? Where does he end up? With a 113.8. So he must not be too happy with his time there. Following along with Tarzan, he gets a little loose off of turn 2, I would say. Turn 2, yeah, probably. Let's see. Sky Tony Lenta, he crosses the line. Where is he going to put himself? He invalidated. So, unfortunately for Sky Tony Lenta, he's not going to have a lap time down here. in Q1. These guys got 7 minutes and 10 seconds to get a time down to make it through into Q2. Tarzan, I think he's just going to try and put down a time, but we don't really have anybody else out here. Looks like Osmanian Devil might be on a lap. He's going to get heavy on the throttle, up through the gears, opens up the DRS flap. That battery's going down. He's down to 25% right now. He's up to 195 miles an hour. And it looks like he's really just slowing off. He's heading into pit lane. So there he goes. Gundolf is going to get out of the way here. No, he's coming across to start a lap potentially. I believe so. So he's going to start another quality lap here, all the way down into turn 1. Third gear through 1, down into second gear in turn 2, up into third, off the exit, back on the throttle, up through into 6th gear. Going to brake in down into 4th, back into 5th gear. He's going to upshift quickly through 6th gear. How we doing, Callum Fraser? Coming through in 3rd gear, back through 4th, opens up that DRS flap, making a run down towards turn 11 and 12. Gonna get heavy on the brake, quickly down into 4th gear, comes through 11, into 12. Now he's back on the throttle, up through 5th, into 6th. He's gonna be up into 7th gear. He's gonna get heavy on the brakes all the way down into 3rd gear, coming through this hairpin. Actually, 2nd gear, he's lightly back on the throttle. Off the exit, coming up through the gears, going to open up the DRS flap to make one final run down this straight before he crosses the... See if he's improving anywhere on this time into Wall of Champions. Is he going to keep it within the limits? He keeps it within the limits, coming across the line here. Puts himself P3 with a 112.130. So nice lap by Gundolf there. What a great improvement on his time. The officials coming down Casino straight into Wall of Champions, down through the gears into 4th, opens up the DRS flap, down the main straight here. Where is he going to end up putting himself? A 112.9. He's got 2/10 improvement, so he's up to P11. Reimer here is coming through into Wall of Champions. Nice exit up through the gears. He's going to come across the line with a 112 flat. So he puts himself on the front row with Mr. Miller. So that was a great lap by Reimer. LK has invalidated. The Boonster, nothing. Tony, nothing. Bongit is working down, but he's also invalidated. Tarzan, where he's looking at nothing at the moment. So it looks like everybody that's out is either on their out lap or getting ready to start a lap. Let's ride along with our Manson Sim here as he just starts his his flyer into 4th gear, coming through turn 2 and 3rd gear. He's gonna get back on the throttle. Up through the gears once again, into 6th, down into 5, going through turn 3 and 4, coming around 5, which is going to take him... I'm totally lost on the corners, guys, here. I'm going to have to pull up my track map because I don't know how to count. Just riding along with our Manson Sim. Sorry, I'm pulling up my track map here because so our Manson Sim gets some improvement on his time up into P8. Let's see here. The Natural has retired. Oh no, that's very unfortunate from the Natural. He retires. So he's gonna be... Potential he can get through, I think. No? I don't know. I don't know how this works. We'll find out. But the natural has retired from the session here in qualifying. Or no, he crashed out. So does he start from the back or does he start from his qualifying time? If you crash out in Q1, do you start from the back or do you start from your qualifying time? Meanwhile, DK Angel just put down an absolute flyer of a time, putting himself on pole or the front row. He's going to get himself through into Q2. Some of these guys, let's ride along board. Bonga invalidated. Matthews invalidated. Tony's invalidated. Boonster's the only one that's about to put down a lap. Where is he going to come across the line? He's going to come across, puts himself into Q2. At the moment, we're less than 2 minutes, or almost a minute left of the session. So some of these guys are putting out their final laps to get through. LB the GOAT making his way down the straight. He's got some traffic in front of him, so he might have a little bit of a tow. He's got the, oh man, the Aston Martin really tucked to the inside there of that corner. Not really invalidating there, so he's going to have to get down through Wall of Champions. Okay, thank you, Trackside. I appreciate that. I just, the rules are strange in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I figured he would be out of Q2, but I just figured, like, I don't know, the rules are weird. So, but, so LB the GOAT is gonna get through. Is Bongit? No, Bongit's still invalidated. Matthew. Where is Matthew going to be? He's on a lap here. He's coming down through. Oh, he invalidates. So Matthew, no. Unfortunately, Matthew is not going to make it through. Neither is Bongit. Tony Lenta's not going to make it either. TMM Racing won't make it, and neither will Shashir. Wow. That is, oh man, that's very, very unfortunate. Shashir is not going to make it unless he gets some sort of improvement here. Is he going to get any improvement? He's got to find a full 1.2 seconds plus. Coming through turns 13 and 14. Wall of Champions gets a little loose off the exit. He's going to stay to the inside. And it looks like he gets through, and he knocks LK out of Q1. Oh, man, or out of Q2, so it looks like LK. Yeah, it looks like LK, TMM, Bongit, Matthew, and Tony Lenta is not going to make it into Q2. Shashir was able to find 1.3 seconds on that final time. How is Bongit? Bongit's actually on a time. No, he's not. He's out of fuel or something. I don't know. Bongit, no. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Q1 here in CCRL. It's very unfortunate. A lot of these guys are not going to make it through into Q2. A lot of people use 2 sets of soft tires here in Q1, so that's going to have some effect on them later in the race. Hey, Brad, welcome. Yes, that was a spectacular qualifying for Q1. Now we're getting ready to head into Q2. Oh, you're the natural? I don't know what happened, Brad. I did not see it. Alright, so it looks like we got a dry Q2 session here at Canada. Oh no, Brad, I'm very sorry to hear that, man. That's very unfortunate. I would just say, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything. But Brad, don't count yourself out, man. It's still a 50% race, still a long race to go around here in Canada. So don't count yourself out. I know you're a fast driver. Just try and keep it clean, keep it consistent. We got a bunch of drivers pulling out for Q2. I'm excited to get this underway. How are you guys feeling there in the chat? Are we all awake? Are we all with me? Come on, people, talk to me. We got any predictions of who's going to get knocked out here in Q2? I want to hear those predictions of who's getting knocked out here in Q2. Come on. Give me something excited to talk about here. You followers, audience, subscribers, CCRL, F1 fanatics, on board with Tarzan. Let's get on board with LB the GOAT here, as he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. But what do you mean, ouch? Oh, you're talking about the incident? I got you, trackside. Absolutely. We got everybody almost out here on circuit for Q2. Only 3 cars remain in the pits. LB the GOAT is working his way to get ready to start his qualifying session here. I gotta pull up my photo again because I'm gonna give you guys something to talk about here as we're making our way down the main straight. Gonna open up that DRS flap heading into turn 1. Gonna be all the way down into 3rd gear. Coming through turn 2 in 2nd gear. Back on the throttle, gets a little flip off the exit going into turns 3 and 4. Now he's gonna make his way all the way through turn 5. This is 6 and 7 right here. The nice tight left, right. Getting either dirty, and he gets a little off the track into the wall. I don't know if he was getting some dirty air from the car in front of him there. Making his way up into the hairpin of turn 10. So this is turn 10 apparently. I can't count, I guess. And now he's going to work his way down the casino straight. Heading toward turns 13 and 14. Let's see what he's going to put down for time on this lap. On the brake. Through Wall of Champions, nice and clean. Comes across the line with a 112 flat. Even with the small mistake of tapping the wall, he still puts himself up on the front. But Farmer Ginge comes across with a 111.4. So a nice time by him. Let's get on board here with DK as he's coming into Wall of Champions now. Where is he going to put himself? Go Ferrari by trackside, absolutely. Where does he put himself? He puts himself with a 112.3, so he's P4. Might have been on some used tires there. The official comes across with a 112.5. Rujoff is on an outlap. On board with our Manson. He just started one chassis coming through Wall of Champions now. Where is he going to put himself here on the grid? Is he going to make his way? He's looking at getting through at the moment, and Osmanian Devil has crashed out of Q2. I did not see that. That is very unfortunate for Osmanian Devil. Reimer has aborted and gone into pit lane. Rujoff still getting ready to run his. Our Manson Sims kept it within the limits. He's got the Red Bull in front of him heading into turn 10. Is this Red Bull going to interfere with him? Our Manson Sim off the exit of 10. Now he's going to make his way through 11, but he's still got the Red Bull in front of him. He's going to get the DRS. Opens up a flap, making a run down the straight. Oops. Into the final few corners, coming down the final start finish straight, comes across the line into P9 with a 112.5. Rujoff right now through turn 5 into 6 and 7, 20.1 through sector 1, coming through turn 6 and 7 now, opens up the DRS flap, making a run down into 9 or 8 and 9. Absolutely natural. You got this. He's now going to be coming into the hairpin of turn 10. Going to be on the brake. Heavy, nice exit off of 10. Opens up that DRS flap. Running down the casino straight. Heading into Wall of Champions. How's it going to look on entrance of Wall of Champions here? Really nice entrance, pretty fast through Wall of Champions. He's going to come across the line, 111.5. That's a lap by Rujoff. He's on the front row alongside Farmer Ginge here. After Q2 results so far, we got about 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Some of these guys are just waiting to get their final lap underway. Tarzan's out at the moment. Not exactly sure who's on a lap. I don't think DK is. No. Rujoff isn't. I know that SP is still in the pit. LB's in the pit. Mr. Miller. The official might be on a lap coming through. Up through the gears. No, he's not on a lap. Gundolf. He's coming through sector 1. Purple. 2/10 up on his time. He's now making a way down into turn 8 and 9. At the end of this DRS straight. Gonna get hard on the brakes. Comes through into 5th gear. Oh, and he gets a little wide off the exit. Think he's still pushing here. All the way up through the gears, matches out the RPMs, locks up. You can see that rear smoke coming out of that car. Gundolf is pushing this car to the limits in the Williams. Gonna open up the DRS flap, make a run down the casino straight. Gonna get heavy on the brake, going into Wall of Champions, about 100-meter marker, down to 5th gear, back on the throttle. Opens up the flap. He's coming towards the line. Where is he going to put himself? A 111.7. He's going to put a P4. 4/10 up on his time. So what a great lap by Gundolf. Farmer Ginge has retired. So he feels confident he's not going to get knocked out by any of these folks down here at the bottom. Got to keep your eye on Shashir. Also, Reimer still hasn't put a lap down. It looks like he's starting to now. Following along board with Reimer as he's making his way towards turn 8 and 9. He's got this Alpine off the circuit, or the Williams off the circuit and the inside. Not going to have any effect on him here. So Reimer's now going to make a way towards turn 10. Get rid of everything here coming through turn 10. He's got a nice exit. Going to make a way down Casino straight. Opens up the DRS flap. It's going to reach 100, 200 miles per hour, 205, 206 miles per hour into turn 13. Opens up the DRS flap, makes a run towards the start-finish line. Comes across with a 111.85. Sits, that's going to put him P5. So Reimer has jumped all the way up to P5, which is nice for him. Some of these folks still have not put down any other time here in Q2. Keeping an eye, it looks like Farmer Ginge is completely okay with his time. DK Angel is not with his. Got some movement in the Mercedes garage. His SP looks like he's getting ready to pull out. The McLaren of our Manson Sim is coming back on the circuit. So he's going to try and put down another time. Alright, so we got the Boonster who's on the cut at the moment. I don't know if he's retired or if he actually wrecked out. I did not see that. So the Boonster is on the cut at the moment. You got Tarzan, who is out of qualifying, and same with Osmanian Devils. So neither one of them will have a chance to get through into Q2. Reimer is pulled into pit lane. Let's see here, Mr. Miller. We have not given Mr. Miller any love tonight, but we're going to put him on the screen now for the outlap and his flyer. Give him some love, and then if you're here rooting for Mr. Miller in chat, say hello, fans. Mr. Miller's out here looking lovely in this AlphaTauri number 8. Weaving it back and forth. Warming up those tires, saying hello to all the fans here in Canada. Oh, Mr. Miller is coming down Casino Straight, getting ready to start his time. He wants to secure his position in the P2. DK Angel has also retired from the session. He feels confident advancing on in this Q3. Mr. Miller now working on his lap. He's going to make a run down into turn 1. Got that DRS flap wide open into turn 1 down to 3rd gear. Coming through turn 3, or turn 2. Wow. Apparently there is no turn 2 when you skip from 1 to 3. Comes into turn 3 and 4. On the throttle, up through the gears. Down into turn 6 and 7. Gonna get ready to open up his DRS flap. What's he gonna reach out at top speed here? He's gonna max out at about 195 miles an hour. Coming through turn 8 and 9. Working up the hill into Frankie. How we doing, Frankie? Into turn 10. The Mr. Miller around turn 10. Getting ready to work down the Casino Straight. 200 meters away from DRS. Opens up that flap. Gonna be into 8th gear, up to 200 miles per hour, 209 miles an hour into Wall of Champions, heavy on the brakes, all the way down to 4th on the main straight here. Wow. Opens up that flap and comes across with a 111 flat. Mr. Miller has put himself on pole and has told these guys, not today. So Mr. Miller has secured himself probably a spot in the Q3. SP working through 6 and 7 now. He's going to open up the DRS flap, making a way down towards 8 and 9. Going to give him a run up to turn 10. Going to get on the brakes. Making a run towards the DRS line. 200 meters. Opens up that rear flap. Mercedes. Oh, okay. I got you, Angel. Okay. Sweet. Well, You know who it is here in the booth. It's the boy, the Johnny Damon. And SP comes across with a 111.7. He's got 1.5 tenths of improvement into P6. The official down into turn 1 here. He's looking to secure a spot into Q3. Hoping to find some time here on this lap as he's making a way down into turn 3 and 4. Gonna be heavy on the throttle through 5. He's a tenth off his time at the moment, coming through 6 and 7. And he backs out of his time through 7. So the official is backing out of his time. Shashier has invalidated on his time. And so, yeah, we got nobody here on a time. That's going to be the end of Q2, ladies and gentlemen. We have lost our Manson Sim, Shashier, Tarzan, and Osmanian Devil has all not made it into Q3. So, our Manson, Shashier, Tarzan, and Osmanian Devil have not advanced on. But, we're going to have about a 12-minute shootout, ladies and gentlemen, for the final 10 spots here on the grid. Who is going to take pole? Let me know in the chat. We got Farmer Ginge and DK Angel only ran 1 lap for their hot lap here in Q2, I believe. And Mr. Miller, I think he did as well. So let me know who's going to take pole. Who's your top 3 starters on this for tonight? Alright, we are here for the final 12 minutes of qualifying in Q3. Mr. Miller out on the circuit first, getting ready to do the final shootout here for the final 10 positions, but somebody is not going to be able to put down a spot. So we got DK Angel, LB the Goat Rhymer, Mr. Miller, the official. Rujah, Farmer, Ginge, Gundolf, and SP will all be competing for the pole position here at Canada. Let's jump on board with Mr. Miller. He came out with an absolute flyer of a time at the end of Q2. What is he going to do here to start Q3? Mr. Miller working his way through 13 and 14. Starting his lap. Opens up the DRS flap. Makes his way across the line. Down into turn 1. All the way into 4th gear. Holds it all the way down to 2nd gear into turn 2. Up through the gears. Making his way through turn 3 here. He's going to have a nice entrance and exit there through 3 and 4. Around 5, 19.9 in Sector 1 split. So good time for him. Coming through the 2nd DRS straight. Down into turn 8 and 9. Nice entrance and exit off of turn 9. Now he's got to make his run all the way into turn 10, which is the hairpin. Is he going to get any lockup? No, he does not. A little bit of an understeer there right into the entrance of turn 10. Opens up the DRS flap down the casino straight. See where he comes through here. Off of Wall of Champions. Opens up that DRS flap, making a run towards the line. He's going to put down a 110.9, so he's got a faster time than what he had at the end of Q2. So a great time by him. That'll be the GOAT. I need to turn. Wow. 111.9 by LB the GOAT. The Haas of Rudolph, a 111.3. He Aston Martin, a 112. DK goes into pit lane or has not come out yet. I'm not exactly sure. The Mercedes of SP coming around Wall of Champions. He's going to come across the line with a 111.2. He is 0.05 of a second up on Rudolph. Wow, a lot of stuff going on here. Rudolph just missed something. He was completely off the track. On board with Reimer, who's also invalidated. Gundolf has gone into pit lane. DK is just starting his outlap. So at the moment on the first runs, you got Mr. Miller, SP Rudolph, your top 3. LB the GOAT in 4th, the official 5th. Farmer Jim 6th, DK 7th, and Reimer 8th, and Gundolf in 9th. Alright, DK's letting all this traffic through here before he starts his lap. He's going to want to kind of wait up a little bit longer here before Casino Straight so he doesn't run into anybody. But here comes DK Angel, making a run down Casino Straight. Getting those tires all the way up to temperature. Getting ready to start his first qualifying lap here in Q3 session. And here he is up through the gear, opens up the flap across the line. He is now making a way into turn 1, all the way down to 4th gear. Into 3rd through turn 2. Back up through the gears. He's going to go all the way up into 5th gear, going into turn 3, down into 4th. Heavy on the throttle, nice entrance and exit. Let's follow on board with him coming through. 5 into 6 and 7. Get rid of everything on screen here. Opens up the DRS flap, making a big run all the way into turn 8 and 9. Stays within the track limit. Now he's got to make a run into turn 10. Doesn't look like he gets a great run in 10. Locked up, so it affected his run through turn 10, but he's coming down Casino Straight, opens up the DRS flap. Ferrari pulls to the inside, heavy on the brakes, into Wall of Champions, keeps it within the track limit barely, but he was on the edge, and now he's coming across the line, a 110.5 by DK. DK Angel, the elite tier driver, is coming out here in the pro tier and saying, hey guys, you want to come race with us? These are the times we're going to be looking at, and DK Angel has shown a way out here in the pro tier at Canada For his first lap of the qualifying session, DK has put it on the front row. Alongside him is Mr. Miller. Following along right now, LB the GOAT looks like he's just starting a lap, making a way into turn 3. Let's ride on board with him, give him some love for trackside tonight. Trackside, we got your boy on board, LB the GOAT. He's gonna try and hold it down for you tonight. Hopefully no Ferrari strategies, but here we come. LB the GOAT works his way through 8 and 9. He's now making his way up the hill into turn 10. It's going to be this hairpin. Heavy on the brakes. Gonna work his way down this main straight here of Casino. Into Wall of Champions, opens up the DRS flap. Through the top speed, and he's coming through. Wall of Champions, nice entrance. That's it, opens up the flap. Is he gonna get a good time here? Into the 1:11.3. He improved almost 0.7 of a second there. What a great lap by LB the GOAT. Farmer Ginge is out right now. Gundolf comes across to a P6 with a 1:11.4. Reimer is still in pit lane. Farmer Ginge is out here. Rujoff, is he on a lap? He's just starting one at the moment. Let's jump on board with Ashley Rujoff here as he is on a lap. And he's coming through turn 5 into 6. And he got this. Okay, the Williams did get out of the way, so no issues there. But he's making his way into turn 8 and 9. Keeps it within the track limits. Up the hill towards turn 10. A hairpin before he makes a huge run down this long back straight into turns 13 and 14. Let's see what he's going to be looking at here. Opens up the DRS into turns 13. The pit lane. Rujoff. Had to choose him. Gundolf. Looks like he's probably going to be going into pit lane. Farmer Ginge is on a lap. He's not liking this P8 position. He's a full 9/10 up on his time here. But it's not going to be enough to put him on pole. If it's 9/10, he's going to open up the DRS flap. Make the way down Casino Straight. Into the final 2 corners. Across the line at 1:10.5. Wow, he puts himself P2 to DK. Oh, he missed out by 45 thousandths of a second. Farmer Ginge, what a lap by you. Got a lot of guys out here now out on the circuit for their final time. Reimer's about to start his lap. Let's see how he does. Comes across the line, on board with him. Through the gears, into third, coming into turn 2. On board with Reimer as he's coming down. It's DRS straight, making a run into turn 8 and 9. He's making his way into turn 10 here, the hairpin. Doing really, really well. He's back on the throttle early off the 10. Got some rear wheel spin. Gonna get some toe down Casino Straight, I think. Not sure if it's enough to be recognizable. Coming through Wall of Champions, opened up the DRS flap. Gonna make a run towards the line. 1:3.9, that puts him P7. So qualifying here is almost over, but Farmer Ginge is alongside DK on the front row. Mr. Miller P3. SP on a lap. He's got a purple sector too. Is SP looking to put himself on the front row? Ooh, SP does not get any improvement there in position wise. I think that is the end of qualifying. Yeah, that is the end of qualifying here. So we got DK, Angel, Farmer Ginge, Mr. Miller, SP, Ruja P5, LB the Goat P6, Reimer P7, P8 is Gundalf, P9 is the official. That is your Q3 run, guys. And the next is the race. I will be right back. I'm going to step away momentarily, use the restroom, and get ready for the Grand Prix here at Canada. So just give me a moment, I will return. Alright, I am back, ladies and gentlemen, and sorry about that moment of silence. Pretty soon I will be getting myself a computer, and yeah, we'll get this all looking nice and fancy for you, just like Trackside does a fantastic job for the Elite here on Wednesday night. So CCRL just wants to thank you, Trackside, for all the hard work you're doing. You know, on the commentary side and the graphics and everything, they look awesome. So, thank you. And again, just want to send best wishes to you. Hopefully, you know, you start to feel better soon, and we can see you back in the Ferrari ASAP, competing for that championship to go back to back. In the meantime, folks, Farmer Ginge tonight has taken over for Trackside in the Ferrari seat, so we're looking forward to a great race here at Canada. We're seeing an overcast skies, so I'm not sure if we're going to get any rain, but if we do, I'm very excited for it. I'm sure Trackside would love to see some rain fall down here on the Canadian circuit. I want it to. And if Dresden, if you're watching this, I hope you want some rain as well, because I know you enjoy seeing rain out there. But I'm not sure if excuse me, I'm not sure if any of you have noticed, but I haven't noticed a lot of rain races in this game. Have you guys now, using dynamic weather, I have not noticed a lot of wet weather races. So that just kind of keeps things a little interesting, I should say. But just waiting for everybody here to ready up and we'll get going. I believe there is a formation lap. So we'll be able to go through the tires. Let me know in your predictions. Come on, audience. I haven't heard from anybody really tonight. Let me know what you all think for top 3 predictions. Let's see if anybody can get it right. Let's play some fantasy, you know. Let's play a little bit of fantasy here. Y'all choose your drivers and everything, and then see who gets the best pick. Like, you know, I'm just kidding. We can't do that. But we are under formation lap here. Let's get these tires up. Those are the tires. You're going to see a rainbow of tires out there on the circuit. So yeah, so we got some mediums, some softs, only 3 softs. We got Farmer Ginge, the Boonster, and Oz. And then we got a lot of mediums and a couple hards. So my question is, we could be looking at this as a few ways. Your soft tires are expecting a early safety car. And hopefully maybe going a 2-stop. You could be expecting rain sometime in the Grand Prix. So softs could be hoping rain comes sooner than what they're predicting. And the same with the mediums and the hards. You know, you don't have a lot of hards out here, so strategies are going to be playing very different. It could go hard mediums, it could go medium hards, medium soft, soft mediums. I don't know if soft mediums are going to work. That's very, very tough on the tires. But soft hards, I believe, does work. And if Pro Tier does, you know, what they always do, tire strategy is going to come into play, and I think it's going to be a fantastic race for you all tonight. No, we want that. We don't want that anymore. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. You know, I'm looking forward to Pro Tier. I'm excited to be back on the racing here in CCRL. You know, it was a great break, everybody. I hope y'all got to visit family and You know, enjoy yourselves a little bit. So I'm just looking forward to get back into green, some green flag racing. We're gonna jump on board with Mr. Miller here on the start, and Rujov disqualified from the session. So you're gonna have to do a tire temperature reset there for him. So he's gonna struggle. Let's actually jump. Man, this is gonna be tough. Let's jump on board with LB the GOAT, I guess. Yeah. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. We're under green. All the lights are out. And it looked like LB didn't get a great jump, but Farmer Ginger got a great jump up in the start. Takes over the lead with DK right behind him. A lot of action going on behind. Side-by-side action between Mr. Miller and LB the GOAT. Into turn 3, Mr. Miller is going to jump up to P4 on the medium tires. Let's pull those tires up real quick again here, because that's actually going to be key here at the start of the Grand Prix. Farmer Ginge is out to a half a second. DK is actually going to try and keep up with them. Coming down into turn 8 and 9. Watching these intervals here, we got some action going on between Tarzan and De Boonster. And another car of Shashir goes off the circuit. That's probably going to be a track limit warning there for him. De Boonster trying to work his way up by Tarzan. And you see the Haas protecting the inside there. The Haas of, I think, that's Osmanian Devil, who I believe it looks like he jumped a few positions on those soft tires. Coming down the casino straight. Nobody looking to make a move there. So we're just going to jump back up to the front here. Rujov making a move down the inside. Side by side with LB the GOAT. Rujov comes through the inside. Takes over P5. So he's going to move up one position on those medium tires. So the mediums, are everybody on the mediums. The official has to get by Reimer here while he's on those medium tires if he wants to be really effective with them. He's 7/10, so right now he's falling off of Reimer. Rujov is falling off of Mr. Miller, wondering if he's made a mistake or something. He's 1.3 off. Farmer Ginge is not pulled away from DK, but it looks like he might have made a small mistake because DK has now taken the lead of the Grand Prix. So that allows SP peeking down the inside into turn 10, but he's going to actually back out right before the casino straight. Getting ready to complete lap 2. We got some action up here in the front. Farmer Ginge going to jump to the inside, overtake DK down casino straight into the Wall of Champions. So now Farmer Ginge is taking back over the lead. Here comes DK. DK's actually peeked back to the inside into turn 1. He's not going to be close enough. He's going to fall back behind here. Coming off the exit of turn 2, you got Farmer Ginge, DK. DRS is enabled this time by, so who's going to make a move? That's the question. Oh, no, we want that. A lot of action going on here up in the front. Let's see if we can find any more. Oh, and that was DK made a small mistake off the exit of turn 7. So he's going to fall back. That is going to allow Rujov to kind of pull in. But now SP's lost the DRS to Mr. Miller. He's also gained a 3-second time penalty there in turn 8 and 9. Working his way into turn 10. So there goes SP, MP2, Mr. Miller, P3. You got DK, P4, Rujov, and P5. Any action coming on through the field? Not a lot, but Mr. Miller has overtaken SP Jabur going into turn 13 and 14. So here comes Mr. Miller making his way through the field. He's actually trying to push as hard as he can. He wants to catch DRS on Farmer Ginge. He's less than a second at the moment. Ginge's got a better run off the exit of turn 2. That's going to put him 1.1 seconds. We got some action between Shashir and Oz. Looks like Shashir is overtaking Osmanian Devil. for that P12 position. So Shashir trying to find some ground early on in the race. We're on lap 4. Kind of following a couple groups here. We got Reimer 1.1 seconds off the back of LB the GOAT. LB the GOAT is 9/10 of a second off the back of Rudolph at the moment. Everybody's running about around a second off. DK's looking to make a move on SP. He's probably going to make something happen here going down this straight. Heading into Wall of Champions here. DK is going to get DRS. Is he going to use any of that battery? It does not look like he's burning. He's happy and content sitting where he is at the moment. Everybody else just trying to keep within a second of each other. Osmanian Devil has made a move back on Shashir up into P12 on the soft tires. Osmanian Devil, you've got to keep that in mind. He's got to make all these moves. And who's that went around in the back? I believe that is Tony Lenta. Yes, it is. The Alpine, he's not having a great race so far to start. Trying to catch through the field. See, where are we getting some action? We got DK overtaking SP into turn 7. Making a run into 8 and 9. Now we're up towards 10, but you got Mr. Miller putting pressure all over Farmer Ginge at the moment. Ginge hasn't pulled away on those soft tires, so he's under some pressure here by the medium. Mr. Miller gonna get DRS. Is he gonna get close enough? I do not think he'll be close enough down at the end of Wall of Champions. He's not going to be, so he's gonna keep in line. SP 3/10, he's not gonna be close enough either. Keeping along with some of these folks. Got some action going on here. Reimer's looking to make a move on LB. Goes down the inside into turn 1. He was able to complete that move. So are the hard tires starting to kind of kick in? And oh no, LB has gone around into the inside wall. And that brings out a safety car. Oh no, this is Canada. Oh man. I'm sorry to say this, folks, if you're watching. Canada is one of those glitchy tracks with the safety cars. Small wing damage like that. Oh, what happened? Did he get disqualified? What happened? No, we just lost LB the GOAT. What happened? That is so strange. Wow. Alright, well, that brings out the safety car on lap 6 of 35. Very unfortunate for LB the GOAT. But here we go into lap 6. Who's going to boss? Is Farmer Ginge going to get off those soft tires? It looks like he is. He is going to go into pit lane. Nobody is going to follow. Reimer's actually going to follow, I believe. Or is that SP? SP is actually going to follow. Who else followed? Rudolph also followed on the medium. Very interesting to see. Very, very interesting to see. So medium for Farmer Ginge. SP on hards. Rudolph on hards. Osmanian Devil. No. Whoa. Okay. We're just going to do it the easy way. Because... Alright. So new tires. Hards for okay. Whoa. SP on hards. Rudolph on hards. Shashir on hards. Oz on mediums. Natural on hards. Tony Lenta on hards. And the Booster on softs. Also, keep in mind, Farmer Ginge started on softs. He's on mediums. So I'm not exactly sure what the plan is for that. Trackside, I know you're probably still in chat. Do you have any idea what Farmer Ginge could be making for a plan here in the Canadian Grand Prix by going soft 7 laps and then on to soft 6 laps and then on to mediums? Any idea, trackside? Anybody in chat have an idea? Soft, medium, soft. Alright, that's a very interesting call, actually. I'm very interested by that call. I think it could work. I was actually kind of thinking that. I think it could work. Considering soft can kind of go a little bit of a distance here at Canada, I think he could definitely take the mediums to maybe lap like 23, 24, or 24, 25. What the heck? Oh no, this put us on the broadcast. Oh no. I think that was a mistake. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I am going to keep an eye on the Discord. Oh, and it messes with people, I think, for positions. Yes, it does. No. Are we restarting? What's the plan? I'm just following along right now. Bong it. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't think the drivers really appreciate this either. But we are back under green flag. So hopefully no more safety cars. I'm sure these guys did not appreciate that as it throws them off their rhythm completely. But that's okay because we can move on to the next week and recover. And like CCRL, we're always strong inside and outside. We make mistakes as humans, so. But DK just got a little loose off a set. I think it was 7 there going in. Yeah, got a little loose off of 7, but now he's chasing down Mr. Miller. And Mr. Miller is starting to pull away, and we get another safety car here. Oh no. We are under safety car once again. Let's see. Is anybody going to box? Got a lot of people that went into pit lane. We got, doesn't look like anything going on in Discord at the moment, so get my focus back here. So we got a lot of people that just pit here. Tarzan went for hard, DK went for softs, LK on softs, SP on mediums, Matthew mediums, Shashir mediums, Gundolf mediums, and Oz mediums. So those are the tires at this time. Reimer leading the field in the Alpine. board here. Looks like everybody's catching up to the field, so the safety car should be going in at some point. And we're back under broadcast here. But we got Reimer, the official, Manson, Farmer, Rujop with a 3-second, Tony Lento with a 3-second, Mr. Miller with a drive-through, to Boonster with a 3-second, and LK with an 8-second, and SP with a 3-second as well. So tire strategies are definitely going to come into play at this point in the Grand Prix. Trackside, what's your predictions here? Tire strategies are going to come into play now, and so yeah, I'm very interested to know. What's your predictions for the remainder of this Grand Prix? Who's going to take it? You got some softs, you got some mediums, you got some hards, and everybody's jacking up on the brakes. Looks like the leader has also gone. Here goes Reimer. He's led the field, the official. And here comes Farmer in fourth place after all those pit stops, so he's almost back to the front of the field. He's got R. Manson right in front of him. He's just got to make sure he gets through the field cautiously. Looking to make a move, but R. Manson protects that inside. Gets a little tap from Farmer. Oh, Farmer makes a big mistake off the exit of turn 6. Rejoins the circuit. Unfortunately, a big mistake from Farmer. We got some action between Bonnet and Tony Lenta here going on off of 8 and 9. And who's that? That looks like that is an... Oh, wow! A big pile up going into turn 10 there. Oh, some braking everywhere. Everybody making moves. We got a lot of action going on back here. Farmer Jim's also in the picture. Not looking to make a 3 wide in the wall of champions. 2 cars going into pit lane. Oh, and there's TMM. He goes around and Shashir. Oh no, Shashir lost it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that was weird. Oh, LK, drive through, speeding under pit lane. We got a... I'm hoping, I don't know, Trackside, were you able to keep track of all the action, man? There was just a lot going on. Man, this is tough. Gotta get me a co-commentator. Come on, people. Put in an application. I'm looking for a co-commentator. Yeah, it was, I don't know, I think it was the Red Bull that spun. I'm not exactly sure. But wow. I'm so, like, confused at what's going on, man. That's all I can say. Another safety car here at Canada. We got so many penalties. Oh man. Alright, 3 second, 3 second, 3 second, drive through, 3 second, 3 second, 8 seconds for Mr. Miller, 3 for Bong It, drive through for TM, and okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what caused the safety car, but we are on lap 16 just waiting for TMM and LK to catch up to the back of the field here. Then we'll get back under green flag racing. You know what I'm looking to get after? I'm looking to go get some chocolate pie. Chocolate pudding pie. Some of the best. You put graham cracker crust, you do chocolate pudding, you do Oreo crumb, then you do Cool Whip, and then you put Hershey, like Hershey, small Hershey bars on top. Oh yeah. That is the best way to have it. Sometimes I like to mix the chocolate pudding and the Cool Whip together. And then do that. And then put the Oreos on top. In the meantime, just waiting for everybody to catch up here and we'll get back on the green flag. We are lap 17 of 35. Sorry, I'm not very amusing under safety car. I can be a little boring when I'm just sitting here thinking to myself. So let's get these penalties off the screen. Come on. But anyways, in the meantime, safety car is in this lap. We're looking at 17 positions gained for Tony Lenta, 12 for the Natural. So those are big positions gained for the both of them. So far on lap 17 of 35, getting ready to go back to green flag here at Canada. Halfway through, Rujoff is leading the field. Then we got the Natural right behind him. Tony right behind him. So we got a lot of pit lane moving around. Some drivers are now just trying to get a good position in the field. Track position's key here. Canada. Oh, and the Natural was hoping for a little bit quick of a start by Rujoff. And got into the back of him. Rujoff is taking his time, and away we go down into turn one. The whole field is stacked up. We got some people sleeping back here. Rujoff is leader into turn one. The Natural in P2. Tony Lenta P3. The Boonster P4. You got Reimer P5. Oh, and SP is out of the Grand Prix. What happened to SP? Oh no! SP is out. Oh man, SP goes out. It looks like SP went out on his way to turn 3. A lot is going on here at Canada. And safety car, that brings out another safety car. Once again, just following along with the front of the field. And we got some action going down in the middle. There's 3 drivers that we've lost here at Canada on lap 18. Oh, and we got a front wing of DK lost by running into the back of Reimer. That's going to be a 5-second penalty on top of that. So I think DK is looking to go get a new wing and take care of that. That's very unfortunate for DK Angel at the time being. He's following along here. through the field, any more action going on? I'm not seeing much. A lot of pit lane moving now. We got DK going in. He's got to get a new front wing. Matthew's also in. Osmanian Devil's also in the pit lane. We got 4 guys here. So we got DK Matthew with a new front wing, putting on a set of mediums. Mr. Miller, new front wing, putting on a set of mediums, I think. No, Mr. Miller may be serving time penalty. Osmanian Devil puts on hards. So, Osmanian Devil goes to hards. LK comes out in front of Matthew, Mr. Miller, and DK. So, DK is all the way back into P17. And, you know, it's wild to see, too, an elite tier driver that was competing for a win at Qatar be struggling so much in the pro tier, and you wonder if that is the pressure of subbing down into the pro tier, or if this just could not be one of his tracks. Canada is one of those tracks that I would say is definitely a driver's track, and you know, DK seems to be struggling tonight here. As we come back under the broadcast safety car, we got Rujah Fair up at the top. We got some drive-through penalties that need to be served as well by Reimer and TMM Racing. They both have to serve their drive-through penalties. So, that's gotta happen. In the meantime, we're going to be going green flag probably. This time by safety car will be in. I will be able to take over at some point, but let's see, coming down, where are we? Okay, so there's a few things I can say. I like the view this gives you. Okay, I wish we could have this view. The only thing I could say is I wish we could change the camera to better angles in the game, so we could take better photos, or like while we're racing or something like that. You know, maybe have a fast action button for helicopter view, you know, stuff like that. That would be awesome. That would be just absolutely awesome, but unfortunately it's not like that. Rujah backing up the field, getting ready to go back to green flag here at Canada. And the yellow lights are away, and Rujah has really gotten a great jump on the natural. That's a big jump heading down into the start, because now Tony Lenta got a massive jump on DeBoonster. Reimer on the attack, side by side into turn 1. Coming through turn 2, and Reimer gets around the outside of DeBoonster through turn 2, makes his way into turn 3 in P4. So now you got Tarzan on the attack on DeBoonster. He's going to cut through the inside, and he's going to fall back, get right in front, side by side. Nice helicopter view, action-packed here. 2 Williams, 1 Mercedes. And here comes Tarzan pushing through, or Gundolf making the move through on his teammate. He's now going to put the attack on DeBoonster here. Coming through 8 and 9, making their way up into turn 10. Got some great action here. Gundolf putting the attack on DeBoonster. DeBoonster locks up going into turn 10. Gundolf dives to the inside, but better run by Boonster off of turn 10. Now making our way down Casino Straight. Here we go. He's going to get that slipstream. Dives to the inside. Overtakes going into the corner. The natural Reimer has gone into pit lane to serve his drive-through penalty. Tarzan has also gone into pit lane. Or no, that's Reimer. My apologies. Losing all those positions. Okay, race control, 3-second time penalty. Too many corner warnings there. You got, who else in pit lane? TMM in pit lane. The official made a move on Boonster. Boonster's losing time here. He's losing a lot of position. Farmer Ginger's also gone through to P7. Farmer Ginge putting on the attack on the official. We got Trackside says he's rooting for the natural to get the win. DK Angel makes a move on Mr. Miller. We got some action going on here in the back of the field. DK goes off the circuit. Not exactly sure what happened there. And there goes a spin by Mr. Miller. Wow, there's something big that happened there as well. DK Angel really struggling here at Canada. No safety cars. Thankfully, we're struggling. Mr. Miller is struggling to get turned around. And he is back underway with some wing damage, I think. Farmer Ginge has overtaken the official. Down through Wall of Champions, it looks like now he's making a run, heading into turn 1. Osmanian Devil's overtaking Boonster as well, going into turn 1. Osmanian Devil has worked his way back up to P8. Armanson Sim and LK. LK has struggled, spun out of Wall of Champions. So he's struggling here at Canada as well. DK Angel's in the pit. DK Angel has retired from the session in pit lane, so that's very unfortunate from him. Rujoff is leading away at the front with Tony Lenta on the back of him, trying to put on some pressure. Coming through 8 and 9. Now they're making their way up the hill into turn 10. The hairpin. Heavy on the brakes. Natural just trying to follow along. Hope for a mistake. He gets a little bit of a lockup going into turn 10, but off the exit of 10 he has a nice run. Gaining time little by little, not quite now because DRS has been enabled. And it looks like Tony Lenta's going to take over the lead here going into Wall of Champions. Oh, we got some side-by-side action. Not sure if that was a little bit of a cutoff by Rujoff. Tony Lenta maintained P2. Tarzan and Gundolf battling in those Williams. Farmer Ginge is overtaken him. He got a spin in the back here by Bongit. Off of Wall of Champions, he goes into literally the Wall of Champions. So now he's going to make his way towards pit lane. Not exactly sure. Okay, he got himself into pit lane. So great move by Bongit being able to go into pit lane immediately. Boonster with a 3-second time penalty. However, Tony Lenta is putting the pressure on Rujoff. Time penalties are huge here at Canada. It takes big play into the final results of the race. I'm not looking forward to this in the elite here. I will tell you this, Canada is going to be a disaster for myself because of the track limits. But Tony Lenta looked to peek to the inside. He's getting side by side with Rujoff. Not quite there. Rujoff's going to battle him hard. Gonna have a DRS. Tony Lenta, he's creeped up to the back of him. Side-by-side action down Casino Straight into Wall of Champions. Rujoff gonna peek back down. No, he's not. He's gonna back out. Wise decision. Oh, and Rujoff. Oh, no. Rujoff. Oh, man. That brings out another safety car. You got a little loose off the edge of the Wall of Champions. Some of these guys are going to have a free stop here in the back. So that's very unfortunate for Rujoff. Wall of Champions claiming lives all night long. Got a lot of folks that managed to jump into pit lane. Reimer has gotten into pit lane. Boonster has gotten in. Matthew got in. Manson got in. LK got in. Mr. Miller also got in. Double stack by the AlphaTauri. Let's bring up. Alright. So we got mediums and soft. So. Okay. Trackside, I know you're still here. Another safety car. Action pack has come closer. I'm going to bring up the penalties for you. I want to hear. Give me your top 3, Trackside. Come on. Want to hear your podium. And the natural is bought. So that has made things that much more interesting. Oh, that's right, because they all missed pit lane. So they all had to bots. That's correct. Safety car came out after these folks passed pit lane. Alright, well, that's going to change things a little bit more. Let's bring up tires as well. So, now things are really interesting trackside. This is the tire situation. Trackside with natural for the dub. The trackside predicting the natural to take the win tonight. I can see that happening. I think he's in great position. The only thing there's a few things stopping him here. Osmanian's on hards. Okay. So is he going to struggle to get by Oz at some point? And is Ginge going to pull away on the mediums to Oz's hards? I don't know. I think that they're at the crossover point to where they both be pretty even. Tony Lento, we know he has pace. He's just got to be consistent. I'm not considering time penalties here. I'm just considering on track. But the natural is by far in the best position to win this race. Just needs to stay penalty free. I can see that happening. Who has the most stops? That is correct. That is very correct. Time penalty situation, the natural definitely has the best opportunity. Alright, well, I think safety car wants to go in at some point here. Just waiting for TMM in the back of the grid to catch up. Any new drivers tonight? I do not see any new drivers. And you know, we got a full grid here too, which is awesome to see. And the broadcast mode comes back up. So we're going to have an interesting ending to the Grand Prix here in Canada. So I need to, I think, take my wheel apart and clean it. I'm getting a little bit of double shifting, and that's not good. So I need to get that fixed, because that takes off, that actually has a big effect in your racing, I can tell you that. So either that or I need to buy the $25 magnet shifters that TJ has. And I'll use those, and yeah, so now we're on lap 29. Safety car is still out. Is it gonna go in this time? I don't think so. Nope, we're going around one more time, folks. And lap 30, and we're still following the safety car. I think it's going in this time. I'm not exactly sure. This is my assumption is when we're going in. One thing that drives me nuts trackside is the safety car is this slow. That's what drives me nuts. On board with Tony Lenta here. Actually, let's jump on board with the Natural. Follow alongside with these folks going in. Some close bumping towards the back, and it looks like Farmer Ginger's taking off. So that's going to get Osmanian Devil caught up. As now Tony Lenta is about to put the pressure onto the back of him going into turn 1. And he's heavy on the brakes. He does complete the pass into turn 1. What a move, and I'm seeing raindrops on the screen. Oh, this is going to get exciting, folks. We're seeing some raindrops on the screen. I don't know if it's going to get wet enough, but it is going to make it a little bit slippery. So this is going to be very, very interesting here for the final few laps here at Canada. Osmanian Devil with a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be costly. Tony Lenta looking to overtake Farmer Ginge here for the lead. And he does well into turn 8. Off the exit of 9, making their way into turn 10. So Tony Lenta has now taken the lead. The Natural looking to put some pressure on Osmanian Devil at some point here. The rain is falling. The rain has begun. This is going to get interesting. Things are going to get hairy. People are going to get very pushy. The Natural putting the pressure all over Osmanian Devil. Going down into Farmer has boxed. Farmer has boxed. Osmanian Devil moved up to P2. And now that allows the Natural into P3. But Osmanian Devil's 2.5 seconds off. He's also on hard tires, holding off the rest of the group. Oh boy, Osmanian Devil, he made a smart move, allowing Tony Lenta to pull away here at the front. Oh no. Osmanian Devil's holding off the rest of the group. This is very costly for the Natural. The Natural might have just lost the win tonight. Osmanian Devil's playing great defense. He's got the rest of the field all packed up behind him. And the Natural said, I've had enough. I'm looking to the inside in turn 10. He's not able to get there. And now he's got to follow him down the Casino Straight. Is there DRS? I don't know. I don't think so. No, there is not. The Natural's also not burning. Got some pressure going on behind him. Nobody's getting loose. Now the Natural's under pressure from Tarzan. Tarzan's looking down to the inside into turn 1. No, he's going to fall back. Up in the front. Tarzan's now going to put pressure all over the Natural here on his gearbox. Natural's now looking down. He's following Osmanian Devil. And Mr. Miller disqualified from the session. Not exactly sure what happened. In the meantime, we're just following along this battle up in the front. The Natural's putting the pressure down the inside of Osmanian Devil. Here comes Tarzan. He's going to stick it down through. Osmanian Devil is playing defense. Now he's under pressure. Reimer's also in the picture here as well. Tarzan dives down the inside of Osmanian. Oh, man. Some big action going on here throughout the field. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, man. Oh. A major crash there in Sector 3. We got a lot of action going on still up in here. The official, Gundolf, Matthew's diving down the inside of Gundolf, going into turn 1, just barely misses getting into the back of his teammate. Coming into turn 2. Off the exit at 2, making our way into turn 3. Oh, who's the Williams back there? Gundolf gets loose off of 2. Loses the front wing. Here comes Tarzan, still putting pressure on Natural. He's not going to get close enough. LK making a move on Gundolf going into turn 7. I think he might have been letting him by there at the time. Matthew's falling off the back of his teammate. Manson's falling off the back of Matthew. Tarzan's trying to keep on the back of the natural here. Think we still have DRS. Wow, look at the rest of the field. Everybody's kind of split up, but Gundolf is trying to put pressure all over the back here. And he just hops the curbs. He wanted to go for a ride. He just jumped the curbs in Wall of Champions, but I think he's just trying to finish out this Grand Prix here. Track is definitely wet. Is Tony Lenta going to be able to hold up in the front? What's the time penalty here, Ashley, on Tony Lenta? He's 3 seconds, so yeah, he's got to hold up 3 seconds at least. The Nationals really got to find a lot of time in order to take P1. The official, oh, Tarzan, the official. Tarzan has no wing. He had some action going on. Matthews looking to hopefully get by him here up with turn. Oh, no wing. Is Matthew going to look down to the inside? No, he's not going to be able to. Tarzan's maintaining position. Here comes Matthew. He's going to be making a run down Casino Straight. Time penalties are going to come into play at the end of this Grand Prix. Tony Lenta has won the Grand Prix. Give him some love. Natural comes home P2, Reimer P3, the official P4. Tarzan coming side by side with Matthew for 5 and 6. Okay, 7. We got a McLaren off in the back. Farmer came 7th, Gundolf 8th, LK 9th. Our Manson fell off in the back at the Wall of Champions. Just riding along with Osmanian Devil now as he's coming around. Wall of Champions heading across the line for P11. TMM will get 11th. Odds with 12th and Bongit with 13th. He went on intermediate to keep himself to finish, but that is the end of it. Well, folks, that's the end of Pro Tier here at Canada. We had action all throughout. Tune in again next Monday night here live on the CCRL F1 YouTube. We will be racing again next Monday night. Let me pull up a schedule for you all real quick. I think if I next Monday night we'll be racing at Spa. So tune in again next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, to watch the Pro Tier. However, we will be live again on Wednesday night for the Elite Tier at 10 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, final results, you got Tony Lenta, the natural Reimer, the official, Matthew, Tarzan, Farmer, Gundolf, LK, Manson, TMM, Osmanian, Bongit, Da Boonster, Rujoff, DK, FP, Shashir, LB the Goat, and Mr. Miller rounds out the field. There it is, folks. That's your Pro Tier. But again, tune in Wednesday night live here on CCRL F1 YouTube. And also the CCRL F1 Twitch. Go over there, follow. We appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Follow us on TikTok. The CCRL F1 on TikTok as well. In the meantime, I'm the Johnny Damon. And I'll look forward to being on track Wednesday night. And I'll look forward to being back in the booth next Monday night. So in the meantime, you all have a great night. And happy holidays. Take it easy.